everybody. Welcome to a new live stream. I haven't done one in a month. Can't believe that. It's been a long time. Just because it was busy the first week, and then the other weeks were just like, all right, I'll upload a video with me and Phil where we did a commentary, so that took care of that week. And then I think the last 2 weeks were just like lazy, like, I got nothing to talk about. I got nothing. But now there's plenty to talk about. There's plenty, like a whole pile of stuff. Finally, the stuff to talk about. But I'll start with Steel City Con. Steel City Con was exactly like a month ago. I went there. It was my second time going, and the reason why I wanted to go was because I know it's convoluted, but this is why it was. So Nickel City Con announced that they were getting the Michael Myers from the end of the movie, because in the movie Halloween at the end, Laurie takes off the mask, and it's, you see Michael for the first time. He's got like the little thing in his eye, and then he puts the mask back on. That actor is coming to Nickel City Con, and I was like, well, I gotta go to Steel City Con now. I gotta go to Steel City Con. I gotta go meet John Carpenter. So I bought the ticket, go meet John Carpenter, because there's only so many Halloween people that are still alive, and if I have the opportunity to get the Michael, that puts that mask on, I gotta go see John Carpenter. I gotta get a signature for my poster. So if I can go to my photos that I just uploaded to here, there it is. I got the John Carpenter signature on my Halloween poster, and that is awesome. So on my poster, who I have now, I have little Michael from the beginning, little clown outfit Michael. I have his sister, Judith Myers, and then I have, totally PJ Souls, and I think there's a fourth. Oh yeah, Nick Castle, of course, the Shape himself. So I got four of them and John Carpenter. So they've all signed the Halloween poster, and I'll be getting the guy at Nickel City Con who's Michael Myers in the movie. So that only leaves Sheriff Brackett, Annie, and Bob. I don't know if Bob does signatures. And then there's Jamie Lee Curtis, who's like, that'll never happen. So realistically, Annie and Sheriff Brackett. So that's exciting. There's only a few signatures left. It's like, oh my god, I did it. It's so cool. So that's the first thing. So that's what I did. And then like a week or two before the event actually happened at Steel City Con, they announced, hey, we're having Christina Ricci show up. And I was like, what? This is my chance, man. This is my chance. So for those who don't know, last year I went to Fan Expo Canada, and I was going to see Christina Ricci. And I'm one of those people who doesn't like to prep too much, because most likely the person will cancel. So I knew the Scream people were there on Thursday night, so I bought an outfit and everything Thursday night, basically, to go to the show. But I didn't do that for Christina Ricci, because I thought she was going to cancel. She didn't. So I knew she was a woman of her word, and I'm like, she's not going to cancel on Steel City Con. So what I did was I ordered a Speed Racer outfit, because I like doing outfits now for the photo op, because I realized wearing a bummy outfit like a hoodie, t-shirt, jeans for the picture is just boring. I've realized how boring that is, and it's fun to do some sort of theme. I hinted at it a few years ago, because when I met Hulk Hogan, I hunted down a little tea set so we could recreate the Mr. Nanny thing. Or was that? I was like, oh my god! So we did that, and I just hinted at it. But when I did the Scream, because I was like, oh man, if I'm going to meet the Scream cast, I got to get the outfit and whatever. So I've been trying to theme outfits to the guest. So for Christina Ricci, I was like, if I ever have a chance to see her again, I'm going to do Speed Racer. So I ordered the shirt, and I had the pants. I found them at Walmart. They're like painter pants. And then I found the gloves at Walmart. I'm like, perfect, wonderful, great, yes. And then my mom was shopping, and she found the white helmet for Speed Racer. And she's like, is this it? We'll spray paint it white. So we spray painted it white. I put the M on there. And Christina Ricci was there. And it was like, yes! So again, I'll pull up that picture. Me and my nerdy self. There it is. Me and Christina Ricci in my Speed Racer outfit. Oh yeah. And of course I wore the red bandana thing for my neck. It's perfect. Wonderful. For those who forgot, she played Trixie in the movie Speed Racer. So I was like, Yes. And the other thing that I did was, since I met Alec Baldwin in I think December of last year at Steel City Con, this time they had Gina Davis. And of course, I was like, well, if Gina Davis is coming, I gotta dress like the part. So I dressed as Adam again. And there she is, Gina Davis, and I wore the Adam outfit. She asked to hold the book. If I had known she was going to hold the book, I would have held the newspaper article that says Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. But that was cool. I love that as well. So it's like, yes, that's great. I did attend some panels as well. There was the Thelma and Louise panel with Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon. That was cool to see because Susan Sarandon, I love her in what do you call it? Rocky Horror Picture Show. And the other thing that was like, oh my God, Stepmom, because if you watch my live streams with Sarah, we watched the movie Stepmom. So when she mentioned Stepmom, I wooed because I was like one of the 5 people who knew what Stepmom was. Cracked me up. And then let's see. Oh, I have to mention this as well. At the Steel City Con, it was the first time where I started the Scream 6 poster because friend of the show, Groovy Spider-Ham, he got me this awesome UK Scream 6 poster. It's the funny one where it looks like an Avengers film, like Avengers Endgame with all the Scream cast. So at the Steel City Con, it was Hayden Petier, or I think that's her name. I don't know how to say it. I'm terrible. Terrible. So anyway, I got her signature, and the first thing I said, first things first, I got to let you know, me and my friend Anthony always quote you. We always say, but it's a rock, or pretend it's a seed, okay? And she loved that. She's Kirby from Scream 4 and Scream 6, and she started the poster out. So hopefully the other Scream 6 people I'm able to meet because they're starting to do conventions this year. And I was like, yes. And I kind of wish that I had it for, what do you call it? The Dermot Mulroney character. I forgot his name. Wayne. Detective Wayne, yes. Oh, Detective Bailey. That's right. It was Detective Bailey. That's his name. Yes, I wish I had the signature for that, but it is what it is. I'm sure he'll do conventions again. He's been doing tons of conventions. Another person I met was Deborah Messing. I was going to say Gina Dave, but Deborah Messing. When I was growing up, I would watch Will and Grace because there was like nothing on TV back in the day, so you just watched what was ever on TV. Will and Grace was there, but the main reason I wanted to meet her was there was this thing called Billy on the Street. I don't think it still exists. I think it was just like a little time and place. But it has like this guy Billy, and he runs on the street with like money, like a dollar bill, and he says, "Hey, name a woman" or whatever. So there was an episode, 2 episodes actually, where he had Deborah Messing, where he would just run up to people with a microphone and say, "It's Deborah Messing, you guys." So that's why I got a picture with Deborah Messing. It's Deborah Messing, you guys. Oh my gosh, I did try to find a T-shirt that said Deborah Messing, you guys. Does not exist. Have no idea why. Another panel I went to was the John Carpenter one. I asked 2 questions for John Carpenter, and he gave me nothing. The first thing was like, I was like, as a filmmaker, is there any story that you had to figure out on the set? Like, was there anything where you're like, oh, geez, we have to compromise, we have to, figure a way around it? And I gave him an example, like the part when you had the dog and you picked it up and you filmed it in slow motion, so it looks like the dog died. Do you have any stories from your movies? And he's like, those are like 50 years ago. I don't remember anything, but filmmaking is all about compromises and that. He gave me nothing. So the next question was towards the end. I asked the question that came up on Red Letter Media, which was, how come Charles Cyphers never showed up again in any of the movies? And he gave me nothing. He was like, well, there was never a role for Charles Cyphers. And I was like, in my back of my head, I'm like, you're lying. You're lying. Because like every John Carpenter movie has a Charles Cyphers role, but he replaced it with a different actor. And I was like, oh my God, I got nothing out of John Carpenter. But it just cracks me up because I'm still thinking in my headset, like, I watched the commentaries of The Thing and Christine, but like all those commentaries were recorded like in the late 80s, mid 90s, so it was all still fresh in his head. We're like 30, 40 years away from those commentaries, so I don't blame him for giving me nothing, but I just find it funny that he gave me nothing. What other pictures do I have here? Oh yeah, the panel with Juliette Lewis and Christina Ricci. That was fun. I had Christina Ricci tell her ghost story, and then I had Juliette Lewis tell me a story about filming Natural Born Killers, where she filmed with like real rattlesnakes and all that. And I thought that was crazy. The real rattlesnakes. Oh my god. It's another picture of John Carpenter, a little fuzzy one. Anyway, so the thing I also did as well, because the last one I was like, yeah, Christina Ricci's going to cancel. So I knew she was a woman of her word. She was going to show up. So I got her to sign this Casper bucket. So when I was growing up, I was a huge. I'm still a fan. I'm growing up. I'm a huge Casper fan. So when I was little, I had this, and I had her sign it. I had to let her know, like, oh my god, I love Casper. I love Sleepy Hollow. I love Trixie. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I had her sign this because I think this is like the most like extra most bestest Halloween basket ever when you go trick or treating. So I had her sign this. I had this as a kid. I love it. Speaking of Casper, oh my god, a little tangent, but there was a Bill Pullman thing where can you guess the movie quote from your movies? And it was like Variety or something. I don't know. And he's going through the movie quotes, and one of them was like, "Possession's 9/10 of the law," and he's really thinking. He's like, "Is it The Guilty? No. Is it Broke Down Palace?" And they're like, "No." And they're like, "It's Casper." And he's like, "Oh, Casper." And the thing that made me pop about it is because I quote that line all the frickin' time. Possession is 9/10 of the law. It's your house. You're haunting it. Possession's 9/10 of the law. It's great. I love it. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Any other stories? I'm making sure I hit everything. Oh, more advice for any of those who are going to Steel City Con. Oh my gosh, go on Friday. For the love of God, go on Friday. Because when I went there Friday, the crowds were low and you had easier access to do your things quickly. And I thought, oh my God, that's amazing. I do want to mention something else because on my way out of the convention, I was like, you know what? Since I'm here and he's here, I have to do it. I have to go meet him. So at Steel City Con, they had a reunion of the Breakfast Club. And it was killing me the whole time, the whole ride out there and being there. And I'm like, I have enough to do it. I'm going to do it. So I went to meet Anthony Michael Hall. You might know him from Breakfast Club, The Dark Knight. I personally love him in Halloween Kills. And I had him sign Pumpkin Pies Tonight. He knew what it was. He was like, oh my gosh, that cracked me up when it came out. He also loved that it was Santa Flies Tonight, and the other one was I think there was like another one, but he loved the meme of Pumpkin Flies Tonight. Oops, oh my god. Everything just fell over. But yes, Pumpkin Pies Tonight. I love it. And he knew what it was. I'm glad I didn't have to fully explain it. So I guess because this is like really in the way here and it kind of just fell, I should mention this. So I think, my God, like 3-4 months ago, my friend of the show, Captain Iron Dog, there he is. Hello, Captain Iron Dog. Hello. Captain Iron Dog informed me that there was this Ghostbusters bucket that was on pre-order from, what do you call it, Cinemark. So I pre-ordered it, and here it is. This thing is huge. This is almost like 1/12 scale to the figures. This is insane. This is supposed to be a popcorn bucket. Like, you're supposed to put the popcorn in here. But like, this is huge. I thought I was gonna put it on here when I ordered it. I thought I was gonna put it behind the Ghostbusters, but this thing is so huge. It's almost the same. Like, probably, oh my gosh, like a third of my Batmobile over here. So it's a pretty good size popcorn bucket. All that's missing is the sound, but this is great detail on it. It's got the ladder and everything. So I thought that was cool. And speaking of Ghostbusters, I didn't do a show since then, so I do have the Ghostbusters bucket. Here it is. The Ghostbusters bucket. Oh my gosh, did I even do that show? Where is it? I feel like Dory. Where are they? I have another bucket somewhere. It's the Trap, and I'm trying to remember if I did a show on it. I don't see it in reach. Perhaps it's over here. No, that's hilarious. Oh my lord. Anyway, there's like another popcorn bucket I have, and it's the trap. And it might be in here. It might. I don't see it. No, I don't see it. Anyway, there's this trap bucket that lights up and everything. I have that as well. That was great. I also bought the Ghostbusters shirt. It was great. Oh, Captain Iron Dog. It has lights. What? What? Yeah, it has lights. So Captain Iron Dog, if you ordered it, it has lights. Yeah. What's the other thing? I'm impressed by your collection. Thank you. Thank you. I have a huge collection. A huge collection. Huge. The greatest, biggest collection. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me try to figure out what fell. Oh, that's what fell. I should explain that. So recently, Target has, updated their store. And give me a second. Is this important? Is this a note of the show? Oh, I did. A friend of the show just texted and said that, yes, you showed the trap bucket. It was noisy. No, it doesn't make any noise. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no noises on it. Anyway, Target redid their store and they took away my Christmas cards. And I was freaking out, so I started doing light research and I realized how difficult it is to find blank invite cards and envelopes because they sell them separately and they're almost like fucking cheeseburgers and hot dogs. You know how you buy like 12 hot dog rolls, but like hot dogs come in like packs of 8? It's stupid like that. And they charge through the nose for blank index cards, and it's insane. So luckily, I was looking up on Target.com, and they still sell them. So I bought a whole shitload of my index Christmas cards, and I never realized how lucky I was to find such a thing, because this comes with 50 blank cards and 50 envelopes that are all the right size, and it's not oversized to get charged extra when you ship it. Because if you go any bigger or odd shaped for index card, or I should say invites, they charge you extra. So this is perfect. This is perfect for me. So that's why I was freaking out, like, oh my god, I can't have this sell out. So I bought as many as I could for now. If I have to, find different index cards, I'll cross that bridge when I have to. But I should be set for the next, like, 4 years if I keep it to a set amount of people. So there is that. I just wanted to give an update on that because I found that interesting. I was like, oh my god, I gotta freaking figure this out. So, let's see. Since the last episode, tons of movies come out. So I want to give like a brief, synopsis of thoughts, and prayers on each one of them. So, first one's first. I want to talk about Monkey Man. Monkey Man was, it was okay. It was okay. Very long. I thought it was too long. I was like, okay, this guy has like, he has people backing him up in his vision, so he put like everything in the movie, and I felt like a good half an hour could have been trimmed. That's just me. I felt like a good half an hour could have been trimmed, and I was disappointed that he puts the Monkey Man mask on and then like instantly takes the monkey mask off, and I was like, that's fucking lame. And there's no happy ending for the dog. Everyone else gets their happy ending. His little buddy who he fucked over, he gives him all the money. That's the happy ending. Oh yeah, spoilers, but who cares? Whatever. It's Monkey Man. And then the woman he meets, she gets her revenge on the woman who teased her and used her. She gets her happy ending. The trans village gets their happy ending. They get revenge and they fight and stand up for what they believe in. But, like, the dog. What happened to the dog? The dog didn't get a happy ending. What the flip? So, that's my only thing on it. Should have been half an hour shorter. I guess it was okay. But they did mention in interviews before the movie, and when I watched the movie, I'm like, oh, it's clear. But, like, there's, like, shots in the movie that you can tell that they use, like, an iPhone or a GoPro. Because the quality, like, drops. And, like, I don't know if, like, editors would know. But, like, if you stretch something out to, like, bigger and, like, it kind of gets, like, pixelated. Like, there's a scene when he's, like, running on the roofs and the helicopter's after him. Clearly shot on a cheaper camera. Either an iPhone or a cell phone, but it was like super pixelated, and you could tell that it was like stretched out. I was like, oh my god, he's not lying. They used like every trick in the book for this movie. But that's my thoughts on it. I thought it was okay. If you want to watch it, check it out. But I thought, yeah, it's all right. Immaculate. Sydney Sweeney is awesome. I hardly knew I hardly knew Sydney Sweeney. So with this, all I knew was Anyone But You, which I loved. It was a great movie. Great movie. I hope they don't do a direct sequel, though. You know, a little tangent. But I hope they don't do a direct sequel to Anyone But You. I hope they just do another movie with the same people. Sort of like Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. Because they have great chemistry, but I don't want to see a sequel with those characters. I want to see them in a different environment falling in love again. That's what I want to see. Anyway, I only knew her from that movie. I think I watched like a couple of episodes of Euphoria, but I didn't like it. I was like, what's the point? I don't get it. But anyway, went to see Immaculate. Amazing. I loved Immaculate. I love the shots. I love the creepy vibes. I love the ending where she has the balls to do what she has to do. It was great, and I love like the twist. It's always the devil, but you know, this time it was something different. I was like, that's neat. That's cool. But yeah, highly recommend Immaculate. It was great. Next thing was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I have no idea if I talked about this. No idea. If I didn't, it was fine. It was good. Much better than Afterlife. And they finally did other shit than keep repeating the, you know, the Ghostbuster references, or at least for the most part. I don't remember blatant ones, but it was fun enough. I do like the plausible deniability lesbian story. That was great. I love Paul Rudd trying to be a stepdad and then becoming dad at the end. That was great. Love that. I do love them trying to build on the universe. Like, hey, we have all these traps. We have this building where we're, you know, working on these ideas and cages. Love that. I love that they're building a bigger, you know, containment unit. Great. Wonderful stuff. They're finally taking steps forward rather than just repeating the first goddamn movie. What was the other thing from that movie? I think that's for the, like, basic idea of Frozen Empire. I do love the Bill Murray I don't give a fuck, where he goes in there and he's just being Bill Murray. I like how he finds the booze in the wall. That was great. And I like how he had sunglasses for no reason. You could tell he's like, I'm going to wear the sunglasses, but like, Bill, you don't need, he's like, I'm going to wear the sunglasses, and they can't argue with him. That was fun. I think my favorite movie of the year is Civil War. Civil War was really good. I love the soundtrack to it. I love how it's like Apocalypse Now. If you've never seen Apocalypse Now, it's just basically they're going downriver, and the further they go downriver, the crazier it gets. And I love the reversal. Complete spoilers because the movie's been out for like a whole month and a half. I love the reversal. I love the humanity of the young girl, and she loses her humanity at the end by becoming the photographer that Kristen Dunst was. And I love that Kristen Dunst had no humanity in the beginning, and then throughout the movie she regains her humanity because she loses her, like, her friends and basically her idol, her father figure, you know, this guy who inspired her, and she's like losing it towards the end, and it's great. Oh my gosh, I just love that full reversal of both the stories. And then I love how they say a line in the beginning of the movie, and they paid off at the end when it happens. And I was like, perfect movie. I raised my hands up in the sky towards the movie gods, and I was like, perfect movie. But I popped at that part. And then the final line, and then the needle drop, and then the end credits. So fucking good. And I love everything in Washington, D.C., oh my god, it's so fucking awesome. It was so fucking rad. I love Civil War. Oh man, there's so much to say about it, but like I felt like I said like most of my thoughts on it. But I love Civil War. That was so good. That's a purchase. For me. Next one on the list is Godzilla X Kong. I like this one, but I instantly forgot about it like 3 days later. What I do like about it is Dan Stevens. This is the year of Dan Stevens. He's the best. He's the greatest. I recently just watched his movie, The Guest. I'll get to it, but like I was working on a slasher trailer, and I was watching all these slasher movies, and I watched The Guest, and The Guest was amazing. So to see him in this big movie with all the actor, the screenwriter and director that they worked on The Guest, and now they're working on a bigger movie. I thought that was great. I love to see that. That's almost on the same level as like Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, where they made like this little movie, and then years later they're working on like big blockbusters like Spider-Man or some shit. It's like, oh man, that's so cool. So that was the same thing with this Godzilla X Kong, because like Simon Barrett wrote the script, and Adam Wingard directed, and he got what do you call it? Oh geez, oh god, it just slipped my mind. Oh no, Dan Stevens. Dan Stevens in the movie. Awesome. And I love that they learned their fucking lesson. I saw no one talk about it. Everyone was complaining that Godzilla's hardly in it and Godzilla had nothing to do. But my praise of the movie is that they cut it down to like 5 characters. You have the little girl, you have her mom, you have Dan Stevens, and you have the podcast guy, and you kind of have the other person, but like you cut out all the characters. Like I think the other one, like Kings and Monsters, you have like 25 different people in the movie. You have comic relief. It's too much. It's stupid. This one they cut it down to 5 people, and you're just with them the whole time. And it's wonderful, and it's mostly visual storytelling, so you can get more things out of it. And I thought that was awesome. I'll say that was awesome, where I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like 4 or 5 characters in this movie. It's not bloated, it's not overstuffed, and I love that freaking Godzilla is like Cameron Mitchell, where he comes to set for one day and films all his scenes. He is the Peter Fonda, or Henry Fonda, I should say. Oh my god, Peter is the son. Henry Fonda in Tentacles. He's the Bruce Willis in Planet Terror. He comes to film all his scenes in one day, and that's it. It was great. I love that in Godzilla vs. Kong. And it was so much fun. I think this is the first time I liked this version of Kong, because Skull Island, I thought that's not quite my Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong, I don't remember that. I don't remember liking that movie. I don't even think I own it. And if I do own it, I think it's just for a project. But I really don't like this Kong in this universe until this one. This one felt like right. This one felt like he was smart, and he felt like a man out of time. Like he felt almost like a Charlton Heston type character, which I loved. And he was just out of time trying to find a family, and he gets to there and he finds his people, and he has to free them from the freaking John Malkovich ape. It was wonderful. And I love like the weird shit. I love like the 3 triangles were over to the 3 pyramids in the Egypt. That was really cool. And I love the Ace Ventura joke. That shit got me. Holy hell, that got me. And actually it inspired me to do like a whole like 90s rewatch. You know, I've been on like a 90s rewatch, and that was the beginning of it when I saw that. It was like Ace Ventura. I haven't watched that in years. But yeah, I like the movie. That's definitely a purchase, even though I said I forgot about it. But like honestly, I like it a lot. It was really good. First Omen. First Omen was really good. There was a part in the movie that me and my mom got grossed out at. Specifically, okay, so there's a part in the movie, there's been a car accident. Bam! And the girl comes out fully pregnant, and then she starts like doing these like convulsions with her body, and it looks unreal. It almost looks like CGI, but this is clearly a performance, and I almost felt I was going to throw up of how she was moving her body. And come to find out, that's a reference to like a 1980 movie called Possession, which I've been dying to see. Oh my god, I've been dying to see this because I see it all the time on Twitter. So I think this movie finally like, all right, Frank, you got to see Possession at some point. So that's definitely on my mind to get a purchase this year, to purchase that movie, Possession. But First Omen, I thought it was good. And I liked the twist at the end where they could have the series go on without fucking with the original timeline. That is actually pretty cool. The only thing they did was kind of ruin the continuity of like a certain fact. I don't want to ruin it too much, because this one I really don't want to ruin. First Omen, go in there blind. Go in there absolutely blind. But there's like one little thing they changed that I don't really like. But for the most part, excellent movie. Excellent movie. I hate knowing movies because I solved it. And that always kind of dampens the movie, because there's some movies where I'll solve the movie and I just have to wait for the movie to catch up. Like a big example, when I watched Us, like during that first scene, I was like, "Oh, I get what happened," and I had to wait for the movie to explain it. And I think they finally reveal it way at the end. But like, I solved it. Oh my gosh! And First Omen is a bit similar, where I was like, "Oh, I know what this is," and then you have to wait like 20, 30 minutes while the characters figure it out in the mystery. It's like ah. But other than that, good movie. Thumbs up. Probably purchase. I saw Sting. That's the Spider movie. That was creepy. That was like a low budget Alien. It felt like a Joe Dante movie. Really fun. Check it out. Give it a rent on Vudu or Netflix, whatever you do. That was good. Not much to say on it. Just it was like an Alien but with spiders. That was good. Abigail. Oh God, what to say about Abigail? Here's the thing. The fans, I love them to death. I follow all of them on Twitter. But like they couldn't keep spoilers in their pants. Like everyone saw it Thursday night, and Thursday night they dropped spoilers, and it fucking pissed me off. And when I went to see the movie, that was like the only thing that wasn't spoiled. So the whole movie was spoiled for me by the time I went to see the movie, and it pissed me off. I liked the movie, but I wish I knew nothing about it. I wish I had never seen the trailer. I wish I had never seen the spoilers. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Because like the trailer is a spoiler itself. But the next spoiler is from the fans, and I was like, oh my god, you guys. Oh my god, you couldn't keep it in your fucking pants. Oh, it really pissed me off to a point where it started me not rating movies on Letterboxd anymore, because I was like, I don't want my being ruined by Abigail to affect its rating. But like the positive thing I'll say about Abigail is please go into the movie blind. Do not watch the trailer. Do not follow the fans. Go in blind as possible to Abigail. I would compare it to Predator. It is the only comparison. Abigail is made for cable TV. Abigail is made for somebody who's flipping through the channels, and you get onto the movie and you're like, oh, this is a kidnapping movie. I'm going to watch this kidnapping movie. And then, you know, the twist happens and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's exactly like that. So you're flipping through the channels and you land on Predator and you're like, oh man, this is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And then it changes into the fucking Predator. You know what I mean? So Abigail is made for that. It's made to not know what the movie's about. And honestly, like every fucking thing was spoiled except for the reveal of who the father was. That was like the only thing that wasn't spoiled. And even then I was like, oh, that's like a weak it was a weak reveal where I was like, yeah, of course he's in this. But other than that, I liked it. It was great. Great special effects, great acting, great characters. I loved it. But holy fucking god, the whole movie was spoiled for me. Everything was spoiled. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Captain Underdog says that second trailer really gave so much away. Dude, so much. I wish it was just like a fucking teaser. Oh my god. Whoever does the Long Legs teaser, whoever did the Cuckoo trailer, they need to like work on every trailer, because I love how they don't give shit away. They don't give nothing away. They need that for Abigail. Oh my god, because like that really dampened the mood for Abigail, because I liked the movie, but oh my god, I wish I knew nothing, because there was like nothing to be revealed. Where it was like, I know this, I know this, I know this. But other than that, very fun movie. Hopefully I gave nothing away. I was trying to be very general, because the things that they gave away on Twitter like Thursday night, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking you couldn't wait a week? Oh my god. So finally, I want to talk about Fall Guy. They had these amazing posters at the Regal. Holy hell. I definitely want to frame this. This is a good quality poster. And I definitely can like move things around to put this up, but I love this poster. Holy hell. Want to frame it, and then I grabbed so many that I probably will do like mystery boxes with this in there. I'll throw some mystery boxes this year, and that's what I'll do. Fall Guy is probably my second favorite movie, because it's like they're fighting. Like Fall Guy and Civil War are fighting for the top, because like one's really good and one is like really good, but I'm not sure if it's as good as Civil War, but they're fighting. They're fighting. Keeping your pants, bad boy. Seriously! Oh my god! They gave, like, there's like 2 spoilers, huge spoilers that they gave away on Thursday night. Not even. It was 3. There was no, there was 4. Holy hell! Someone, oh, I don't even want to ruin it because there's people who are watching probably don't know anything about Abigail, but there was like 4 fucking things that they gave away on Thursday night, and I was like, God damn it. Let's see. I'm about to watch it with Uncle Noel. Okay, I won't spoil it, but I will say this about Fall Guy. Fall Guy, loved it. It was great. It moved at a quick pace, and the thing that I really liked about it is that all the stupid improv and long jokes in the trailer are literally not in the movie. And it cracks me up because there's like some people on Twitter who are like, I don't want to see it because the comedy looks too much. Literally, they cut all the improv jokes out. It's pretty tight as a story because like all the jokes in the trailer that take too long are literally cut from the movie. Just to give an example, it's not a spoiler. They cut out the ice crimes joke because in the trailer the ice crime thing lasts like 40 seconds. In the movie, they go right by it because the movie would have stopped cold and they kept going, and I was like, oh my god, that's awesome, that's so great. This movie really made me appreciate editors and stuntmen because the editing of this movie, realizing how many jokes they cut out and around, was fantastic. I was like, holy shit, they cut around all this shit just to tell a story. That was so cool. And whatever humor's left in the movie is something that doesn't deter the plot. Like, it's always moving, and I love that. And there is some cool footage from other movies that they throw in there, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I know all those movies. So they throw that in there, and there's a great thing that I love in this movie. Again, not a huge spoiler, but like, there's characters that talk about movie quotes, and I was like, oh my god, this is my movie. This is my movie. But yeah, loved it. Don't want to spoil anything else. Great acting. Movie moves at a quick pace, and I'd say like 25 to 30% of the jokes from the trailer are not in the movie, but it doesn't deter the movie at all. It makes the movie go by faster. It's not a Monkey Man problem where a Monkey Man has like 30 minutes extra. I felt like everything was pretty much essential for this movie. There wasn't anything that I felt like, you could take that out. I felt like everything that was left in the movie was needed, and it led to something. But that was great. That was great. Let's see. Watched Abigail trailer once. Didn't think much about it afterwards. I follow all the fans because we all like Scream 6, so they were all hyped about it. And then when they all saw it Thursday night, they posted everything about it. And I was like, motherfucker. And then, Christian, every time I went to the theater, they played that fucking Abigail trailer. I shit you not. Every fucking time they played that Abigail trailer. Which cracks me up because they never played that Boy Who Kills World or whatever that movie's called. They never played that trailer once. They always played Abigail before the fucking movies. It was always Abigail and Tarot. They always played those trailers. I was like, God damn it. And there were some jokes where I was like the only one laughed in the theater. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, gents, opinions on upcoming Deadpool. I want to see it, but that's one of those trailers that has given absolutely nothing away. I love that. I'm going to name drop. But my friend Luke is like, oh yeah, we all know what to expect. There's going to be cameos, blah, blah, this and that. I was like, and he's like trying to like put the movie together. And I'm like, if you really watch the Deadpool trailer, they have given nothing away. All you know is that Deadpool gets hired by the TVA. He runs into Wolverine, and that's it. There's some like cameos you see in the trailer, but you don't know if they're cameos or they're going to be main characters. You never know. They might actually be characters in the movie. I don't know if they're cameos or not. You know, they could actually be henchmen in the movie. And they've done a really good job of hiding what the fuck that movie's about. I know people probably complained about it or whatever, but I just, as a person who's just watching the trailer and actually has been looking through the trailer because I've been trying to edit stupid shit, like a YouTube poop stuff. So I've been looking through the footage and I'm like, man, they really don't give much away about Deadpool and Wolverine, and I want to see it. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. I think they did a great job with that. Let's see, what do we have here? Saying hello real quick. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a live stream on YouTube. Yep, there's Becky. Say hello to Becky, everyone. Do it. She knows. She has the ears of a snake. Ciao, baby. Agreed. The trailer shows nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then he says, "You've seen Deadpool opening?" Becky, I'm not an opening day person. I really am not an opening day person. I'm like a Saturday or Sunday person. I think the last movie I saw on opening day was Beekeeper, just because of how our schedule was laid out. I think we had things to do on Saturday and Sunday, so we saw Beekeeper on Friday. And I've told the story, but it was Friday at 4 p.m. and there was kids that snuck in a big giant grocery cart from Target full of candy and snacks, a literal grocery cart, and that was insane. And I feel like that's last time I'll go on a Thursday or Friday. So I'm not an opening night person. I'm trying to think of a movie where I would be there opening night. I think it's Jurassic Park. Any of the Jurassic Park movies, I think we've always seen Thursday night. I'm trying to think if there's another movie I've seen like on Thursday night. I think that's it. Like in recent years, I'm trying to think because I didn't see Ghostbusters. I'm trying to think. I didn't see Flash opening night. Wait a minute. I might have seen Flash opening night. I might have. I don't recall though. There's too much shit going on here. We have hello Becky, hello. It doesn't matter how I feel about the movie. I'm still going to watch it. Hugh Jackman. Yes, I feel the same way. I'm the same way, Christian Kim. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and I'll keep seeing every fucking movie he does. You know, I didn't like Wolverine, the one where he goes to Japan and gets diabetes. But god damn it, I love Origins. I love Logan. I love X-Men 1 and 2. Here's the thing, Christian Kim, like, I like those movies I've watched and they go out of my brain, but whenever I do watch them, I do appreciate them. I bought the X-Men trilogy on Blu-ray the other day just because they were super fucking cheap. I was like, I gotta get them. I have to get them. But I like Wolverine. He's always great. Oh yeah. I think it's right here. So yesterday, did a double feature. We went to see Fall Guy first, and then we tried to plan it as close as possible. We missed a few minutes of this, but I saw Phantom Menace on the big screen. I got this cool cup. It's been cool because I've been following this artist for years. He goes by Comic Cakes on Twitter, but like he made this awesome poster, and he's been so excited to see it everywhere. Like it's on tickets, it's on T-shirts, it's on billboards, and just to see him succeed, because I've literally been following him for like 10 years now, and just to see him excited about this Phantom Menace poster is so fucking awesome. But yeah, Phantom Menace showed up a little late. We showed up right after they flew past the Trade Federation, and Padme was like, "Thank you. Who is this? Some R2D2." That scene. We came in during that scene, so we missed like the beginning. We missed the fucking put it in the T and the super running. We missed the Jar Jar Binks going. We missed all that shit. We came in right at the good part where they flew past the the Trade Federation. That little droid did it. So I just want to say that there's times where I'm like, I fucking hate Star Wars, but yesterday was just a reminder of how, like, I think I love Star Wars for me, and I don't like what it's become, but I like it for me. Or I don't even know how to describe it, because there were scenes where I was just like breaking down crying in the movie. Like, a good example is when little Anakin is sitting at the table, and he's just like, when I grow up, I want to become a Jedi. I want to free all the slaves, you know? And he's like, it's like that naivety of being a little kid and having these dreams. And then when you get older, you change and you become the person that you're going to be, or things in your life change who you're going to be. Like, if his mom had lived, his whole life probably would have been different. And like, if they had never met each other, if Qui-Gon was smart enough to say, okay, how about we hire a guy to fly us out of here who will take these credits, like a Han Solo. If Qui-Gon was thinking like that, they would have never met Anakin, and Anakin and Padme fall in love, and you know how it ends, because he gives her the necklace, and you're like, oh my god, because you know at the funeral she's holding that necklace in her hand because it meant a lot to her. And then, like, you know that they fall in love on the, like, Geonosis, and they get married, and then you know, like, how he builds C-3PO, and C-3PO goes through the whole series, meeting all these different generations of the same family, and oh my god, it gets me emotional because like you know how it ends, and I don't like it made me so angry about Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan doesn't give a fuck, and you're like, oh god, this is it's like it's all leading. It's like a car crash that you're gonna watch for the next 30 years of your life of Star Wars, of how like this is how it begins, and it's just gonna get worse. But it was so great. It was so great to go through all that emotional like while watching Star Wars, because like you know the series and you know where it goes, and you know how they save the galaxy, and then it all goes belly up with Rey and Kylo. Oh my god, and Poe Dameron. Oh shit. But anyway, it was a fun time. It was great. It was a good cry. I think some of the best moments are definitely the pod race. The pod race is fucking fantastic. And I love that the pod race does have like blue milk moments where you're pointing at the screen, like Rick Dalton moments, where like the little Jawas going like Utini and the sand people. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Like, oh, looks like we got some sand people buried out there, or camped out there. And they're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I thought that was so fucking funny that they're out there just shooting at random pod racers, and that's so well done. I love the practical sets, and I just, oh my god, in the back of my mind too, I'm just thinking of behind the scenes of poor Rick McCullum going like, this is fucking miserable, because there was like a desert storm that happened and like the whole set was destroyed, so they had to rebuild it. And I just remember like Rick McCullum just being like, what a fucking travesty. He's just trying to figure it out. And the thing I love is at the end of the movie, you have 4 plot lines going. You have Padme breaking into her palace. You have Anakin in the sky, fighting the Trade Federation. You have the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, they're fighting the Darth Maul, and then the other plot line is Jar Jar Binks. And I was just thinking of Ben Burt in the editing room trying to make it work, and then them watching the first cut and him just breaking it down to George Lucas like, look, man, you got 4 storylines going. You got dramatic Qui-Gon, and you have like the hero, and then you have this, and then you have the comedic with Jar Jar, and you have the comedic with Anakin, and you have to balance all this. And George Lucas is just like, how do we do this? It was just great to see that on the big screen, and just like how much I love the series, or I should say, love Phantom Menace specifically, because the TV shows, all that, like. What the hell are they doing? They did Accolade and Ahsoka and all that. I haven't watched any of that stuff. But I like the movies, and I like Phantom Menace because it's nostalgia. It's not only like there's so much nostalgia. It's nostalgia of growing up as a kid with all that stuff and watching it so many times on VHS. It's nostalgia of Red Letter Media and watching behind the scenes documentary and quoting it in college with my friends Anthony and Nathan. That's nostalgia right there, like 2 times nostalgia. And it's like nostalgia of my friends on Twitter where we quote it and we reference it like there was no Toy Story 4, things like that. And it's so great, and it's like I can't hate it. And it just seems, I think Anthony mentioned this, he did a podcast and they were talking about Batman and Robin, where it's like there's no use complaining about Batman and Robin anymore because everything's been said and there's so much other stuff. There's no point to complain about, Phantom Menace anymore. Or I should say the prequels. I'll say the whole thing prequels. But like, he mentioned that about Batman Forever, or Batman and Robin. Batman Forever is good. Batman and Robin. But I feel like it goes with this as well. There's no reason to complain about the prequels anymore. Everything's been said, and there's so much that's happened after that. It's great. It's wonderful. We have some comments here. Let's go to the comments. Movies in Korea release on Wednesday, so it was interesting to Aquaman 2 and Fall Guy a few days early, then hear everyone's reactions on Twitter Letterboxd. Oh, you saw them early. I may have gone too far in a few places. Yes! Oh my god, it's so good. And then we have everyone's different flavors of Star Wars they enjoy. Yeah, me, it's like I like the original trilogy, I like the prequels, and I like the behind the scenes and making. Like, I like all that stuff. Mostly for those two. The making of the prequels, the making of the original trilogy, the old trilogy, and that. That's like my little slice of heaven right there. I don't like the sugar-coated behind the scenes of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, because clearly both those documentaries, they're covering up the truth, because I remember watching the Force Awakens documentary. You know, the original picture of like them sitting around the table doing the table read. They were all being polite, but their politeness was basically saying the script was a mess and we didn't know how to fix it, so they had to fix it on the spot. There was that, and then you could tell with The Last Jedi, there was too much going on, too many sets being built, too much money being spent on things that were going to be cut anyway. And it's all there, but it's all like sort of like sugar coated. Like, you look how great they're doing, but meanwhile he's like, oh my god, we have to film the scene, and they're like, they have to go through the budget, and is it even going to be in the film? And it wasn't even. They, because there's a big giant part of the documentary, I think there's two of them, where they talk about like the frog party where the frogs are dancing on the Luke Island, and then they do the big giant spa that the horses run through. None of that shit's in the movie. And it's like a huge problem when they're filming it, and they don't talk about it at all. Oh my gosh, is there notes coming to me? Let's see. Yeah, Star Wars. Be with you. Oh yeah, okay, I'll say that as well. May the Fourth be with you. There you go. So, my friend of the show was texting me saying, "Say May the Fourth be with you." Everyone has different flavors for Star Wars. Yes. Only seen the prequels once. Becky, you have such a different taste of movies where it's like I have a hard time even like you don't have to see any movie, like only see what looks interesting to you because you have a specific taste of movie. So it's like if you watch them once, all right. Let's see. What was talking about with Phil comparing LOTR behind the scenes of sequel trilogy. Oh yeah, I like everything before like the 2000s. The behind the scenes stuff was always interesting. Just the other day, last night, I was watching the behind the scenes of Scary Movie, which I'll get to. I was watching behind the scenes of Scary Movie, and there's always been interviews where they talk about Marlon Brando was supposed to be in the movie. He did film like for like a day or two, and he was too sick, so they recast him with James Woods. So I was watching behind the scenes yesterday, and in one shot, you see the stand-in for fucking Marlon Brando. It's not Marlon Brando, but it's definitely his stand-in. I was like, hot damn, that's so cool. So I love like watching behind the scenes of a certain era. But like if you watch like the sugar coated stuff nowadays, it's really sugar coated. Like I said earlier with the Force Awakens and all that, like you clearly can tell they didn't like the script when they did the table reading, and then for the Last Jedi, you can tell like it was a huge mess. Like production wise, like do we really need to be spending money on this little gag of like this naked alien walking through the spa? Like, do we really need this? And he was like, oh yeah, we need it or whatever. It was so interesting. Let's see. The behind the scenes featurettes are no longer talking about actors. Hang on. The behind the scenes featurettes are no longer about talking about actors and directors being real and discussing their experiences, bad and good. But now they're advertisements. Yes, the Disney one specifically, but I feel like the Oppenheimer one was pretty good. The behind the scenes of Oppenheimer did not sugarcoat things, and specifically, I'm talking about the Aldenrich interview, where he's talking about working on the set of Oppenheimer, and then he says, "It's good that I don't have to lie about this shit, and I could just tell the truth." And he's like, he laughs about it, and I love how they talk about a problem they had in Oppenheimer, where they wanted to film the Oval Office and none of the sets were ready, so they had to quickly build an Oval Office within like 3 or 4 days just for that one fucking scene with Gary Oldman. So they had to build the set, and like they finished that set day of, and like the walls were still wet, like the paint was still wet, and they had to film the scene. So it drives me wild, like, oh my god, they had to film Oppenheimer, and they were like, they were filming it, and they're like, oh my god, we have to build the set. They build the set and it's there and it's ready, and the whole movie's fucking iconic. I love that kind of shit. So good. I want to see them again. I saw them when they came out. How many years ago? 25 years ago, Full Metal. 25 years ago for Phantom Menace. And it's about probably 23 years for Attack of the Clones, I think. And then 2005. Was Star Wars 2005 or 2004? Revenge of the Sith. Pull it up, Jamie. Revenge of the Sith. I think it's 2005. Revenge of the Sith came out 2005. Because I remember that felt like a let's get it over with when I was in high school. Everyone was excited before it came out, but after it came out, I was like, let's get it over with. You mentioned Oppenheimer, BTS. I was thinking about Elden Ridge. Yes, it was so good. '05, yep. But yeah, what was I saying about? Oh yeah, so it's about 9 years since Return. No, oh my god, how old? Oh my god, how old is that? I'm terrible at math. Oh my god, you're seeing how terrible at math. How old is Revenge of Sith? How old? Oh my god, it doesn't tell me. I'm an idiot. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Anyway, let's just assume that it's over 20 years old at this point. I think it's almost like, or 19 years. I think that's what it is. Not 9 years, 19 years. Yeah, it's been 9 years since The Force Awakens. Holy fuck. What a mess that was. Oh yeah, I was talking to it the other day. Hopefully I won't stick on it, but I was just talking the other day about someone on Twitter about the sequel trilogy. And I'll just briefly say it. I just feel like the sequel trilogy is a whole lot of nothing. Because you have the first movie that's like, all this stuff's going to happen. You just have to wait for the sequels. It's all going to happen. Don't worry about it. It's all going to happen. And then you get to the sequel, and you get all the things that you were promised. And then instantly they burn that bridge. And there's nothing for the third movie. And so when you get to the third movie, it's like they're building the bridge and taking it down. They're building the bridge and they're taking it down as they're going along. But that's my general thoughts on the sequel trilogy. And I there's like no, in my opinion, no nutritional value in the sequel trilogy just because it's that. It's exactly what I just said. Okay, so moving on. We're moving on from Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. Let's get to some other things that I have. So I wanted to show this first because my grandmama found out about my show, so she gave me this Tickle Me Elmo. I think this is like an original Tickle Me Elmo. She's like, show this on your show, keep it. I want you to have it. So she gave me this Tickle Me Elmo. But yeah, he like laughs and plays. I forgot how you do it. There's a little switch on the bottom. Oh yeah. So you press his like tummy. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. He like rolls on the floor. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's wonderful. So I want to mention that. And then let's see, what's the other thing my grandma gave me? I know it's around here somewhere. The whole tower. No, not again. Once is enough. She also gave me this. It's the Wakanda Forever from Mickey D's. That's what my grandma gave me. There's that. Oh, I should open it. It's on the show. It will get unopened. Oh yes, it will be unopened. There we go. Boom. Wakanda Forever. Yes. Let's see. What else we got? Oh yeah, speaking of Star Wars. I did purchase this because I thought it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. It's like a little Squishmallow ripoff of Queen Amidala. And I thought this is the greatest fucking thing. And when I was looking at this, it says Phantom Menace episode 125 years, and it blew my mind because it brought me back to when I was a kid where Star Wars at that point was only 20 years old. And I remember feeling that those movies felt like a lifetime ago. I remember watching them and thinking like, oh, they're so old. 20 years? Oh my God, that's ancient. And you see like the, Star Wars cans and, like pull up the rim to win and the Lay's potato chips and Taco Bell and all that. Now, at that point, it was 20 years. I'm 25 years after Phantom Menace, so that blows my fucking mind. Because at that point, it was only 20 years. So it's like 25 years after Phantom Menace. So it's like, holy fuck, I'm getting old. Oh my God. So that's just a thought. I know it's a silly thought and like, kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't make sense. But it's just like, what the fuck? I'm getting old. Another thing I want to show, my mom got me this. It's for my Christmas cards and Halloween cards that I hopefully will do. No promises. I'm hoping to do Halloween cards this year. But she gave me little, what do you call it? Tracing things? Little tracing boards. Stencils, that's what they're called. Stencils. So it has markers and little stencil boards. My mom gave me that. Oh my gosh, this other thing my grandma gave me. Art Time Machine. Pop-up portraits. No idea what this was. It looks like you could like have stickers and whatnot and make little portraits and whatnot. That looks neat. What else we got? What else we got? We got tons of things to unopen today, so I'm just trying to organize it a little bit so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, I'll mention these. And more gifts from the mother and my sister. So, I haven't seen my sister since last year. I don't know what she's up to. She's always in Rochester. So, if you ever, follow her on Twitter, follow her on Instagram and spam her and say, hang out with Frank, goddammit, he's crying. So, here, my sister gave me this. She gave me the Polar Express. Because at the time, last time I saw her, she was like, I was telling her that I got the 4K of the Polar Express, and she's like, oh, I love that movie. It's so accurate to the book and the images and all of that. I was like, I never read the Polar Express. I've only seen the movie. And she's like, oh my God, you got to read the book. You got to get the pictures. This is like November, December of last year. So here we are, fucking, what are we in? April? May? We just started May. May the 4th be with you. We just started May, and I just got this book for my sister. And it was funny, too, because she was explaining to my mom, because my mom saw her. And she's like, oh, my God, you got to give this book to Frank. And she went on the whole thing that she said in December. The images look exactly like the book and all that. So you have, like, the things like this. You got the doggies. It's wholly accurate. So thank you, Sister Rachel, for finally giving me my book. Oh, my gosh. Holy molies. Thank you. And then the other thing I have here is from my mother. My mother. Okay. She has a note here. She says, for reference, drawing, not coloring. Okay. So she got me these coloring books that are only for reference only. And these are awesome. I'm just now seeing them as I'm putting up camera. Holy hell. Shaun the Sheep and Wallace and Gromit. So this is perfect. So when I do my Christmas cards, I could use these as reference. That's awesome. Look at that. You got Shaun the Sheep. He's in there. Oh my gosh. And then in this one you have Wallace and Gromit. Look at that. That's so cool. Now I could use these as reference for my Christmas cards. That's ace kinds. Look at that. Cheese, Gromit, cheese. That's so cool. Definitely will not color in these. I've actually been thinking about ordering vintage Jurassic Park coloring books so I could just use them as reference for Christmas cards and Halloween cards. So there's that. And then this one, oh my gosh, that's so cool. She got me a book. My mama got a book. She says the original story of Winnie the Pooh. So this is, I guess, a true story about how they found Winnie the Pooh. So I guess I'll read this at some point. There's so many things I got to read. I just bought The Lost World, and I got to reread that because I'm going to do a commentary with Ray Sketches. We're going to do, Lost World. Last year we did Jurassic Park. This year we're going to do Lost World. So maybe I'll do an episode on this and come back to you guys about finding Winnie. True story of the world's most famous bear. That's so cool. And his little teddy bear. Look at him. His little Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear. Winnie the Pooh Bear. I'm so excited to open this. So last couple of months, I've noticed there's like no Garfield shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, guys? Where's Garfield? So the other day I'm at Walmart. And I'm roaming down the aisles. And then I happen to look at the Pikachu stuff. I normally don't look at the Pokemon shit. But I look at the Pokemon shit, and there he is, buried in all the Pikachus and Pokemons. There's Garfield. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get this. Holy hell. So I'm going to unbox him for this. This is from the Garfield movie, which, funny enough, I've already purchased my ticket. I'm excited about Garfield the movie. Oh, he's already purring. Oh, Garfield. I love Garfield. I always say this on Twitter. There's only two things I love in this world. It's Garfield and Peanuts. Let's see. Oh my God. Be careful. There we go. And now he's cut out of the box. It's a Garfield in the box. My Garfield in the box, babe. Okay. And cut out his little eye things. So now when I go see the Garfield movie, I'll have Garfield to take with me. Yay. I'm so excited about that. So excited. Oops, there go my notes. But I think I'm done with my notes. It's okay. Because I'm on the unboxing sequence. Oh yeah, it's his nose, right? so cool. I'm excited about the Garfield movie. I love Garfield. Aw. It's so cool. And he comes with like a little thing you cover your eyes with. And then he comes with like a little lasagna thing. Lasagna Alabama. When I was growing up, the reason why I really love Garfield is because he has the greatest Christmas special of all time. It's like honestly the favorite thing of Christmas. I won't even watch it on Christmas. It's like I'll watch it all year round. I love his Christmas special. It's so wonderful, and there's so many quotes about it. Like I like the quote, "If I'm not back in half an hour, send a banana cream pie after me." And I also like, "It's not about the giving, it's not about the receiving, it's about the loving." There, I said it. Now get out of here. I love that shit, and I love how like whoever invented Christmas tree should be drug out in the street and shot. And like, gimme, 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 gimme. I love everything about the Garfield Christmas special, and that's like the biggest thing I love about him. And then of course I love the comic strips. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope and I pray that they make a huge Garfield. I want like a huge Garfield. I want like fucking carnival fair size Garfield size, thing, stuffed animal. I want a huge Garfield. That's great. And here's the lasagna. Lasagna Alabama. There we go. That's great. So I got Garfield. Garfield. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Oh, Captain Iron Dog will love this. I found a Liv Morgan at Walmart, and I fucking lost my shit. I was like, oh my god, I found Liv Morgan. Because whenever you go there, all they have is freaking... all they have is like Roman Reigns and The Rock and John Cena. And it's like, no, I want somebody else. I want it my way. So I finally went there, and they're hidden because for some reason they must have had overstock of figures because this Liv Morgan was hidden. And I'm like, I gotta get this Liv Morgan. So I got her. She comes with 2 fists, a belt, and the Money in the Bank. Oh, I see a comment from Christian Kim. Imagine hearing the Elmo toy in the middle of the night. Well, that's why you have the off switch. You turn it off, Christian Kim. You don't leave it on. That'd be terrifying. Let's see. Okay. Liv Morgan is the place to be. I love Liv Morgan. She's adorable. She's totes adorable. A little blown out here. Move the light a little bit. Look at that! Liv Morgan! That's so cool. Finally picked it up. Because I've always been looking on the lookout for a Liv Morgan. And there's her title belt. It even says Liv right on it. Liv! That's cool. It could have been a generic one, but they didn't do that. Thank you, Mattel. Oh my gosh, speaking of Mattel, I gotta get like Eric Bischoff secondhand. I need an Eric Bischoff. And what's the other figure I've been looking at for Mattel? Oh god. Oh, there's another wrestler I've been looking. I think it's like the Undertaker Ultimate, where it's like him from like the fucking Hell in a Cell with Mankind. I kind of want that. I kind of want them like Mankind and Undertaker. That'd be so cool. I think that's the one I'm looking up, but I want Eric Bischoff as well. Let's see. Oh, so this was like, on clearance in the doll aisle, and I thought that was cool. It's a robe, necklace, and like slippers. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. So that's perfect for accessories for dollies. Think about the dollies. It's for like the Naturalist line, which is it's like dolls of color, like Hispanic and African American, and I guess they're on clearance because they're not moving. No offense. So they're on clearance, and I like their accessories because they're a little bit different than the Bobby ones, because the Bobby ones are a little cartoonish with their pink. This one is more like the brand, naturalistic, which is cool. So earlier I said I'll get to it, but last month I was working on a slasher trailer, and I was really excited about it. And then I got to a certain point of the trailer where I got bored and stuck. So, like, I have the first act, which has been uploaded. I have the second act. I have no fucking idea what to do with the third act. The third act has to do with the reveal of the killer and the cool montage at the end. And I have no fucking idea what to do with that. No fucking idea. And it's taken so long that I've lost interest. So right now, it's just sitting on ice until I can figure it out. I'll come back to it. It'll be like, what's that thing I worked on? Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb was similar. Cherry Bomb, where I got nervous about the third act, and I didn't know how to wrap it up. But then going back, it's like, oh, I already have the third act. Let me just wrap it up. So I have a similar feeling it's going to happen with this slasher trailer I was working on. So, like, I was like, It's one of those ones where it's like, it's taken too long to work on, and it bums me out. Because I was really enjoying it, really having fun. And then I got to a certain point where it's like, oh shit, I don't know how to wrap this up. I can't find the song. I can't find the right mood. So I don't know how to wrap it up. So that's the update, for those who are wondering, on Chief Brody Rules, if anyone's watching from Chief Brody Rules. I know some people here from Twitter, where I've been updating it for the most part. But, like, I just got... It's taken too long. And I got to a certain point where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't want to rush it. Like, I don't want to just upload it half-assed. And, like, a year from now, or, like, a couple months from now, or weeks from now, days from now, where it's like, oh, I have the idea, you know? It's like, I don't want to rush it. I'm not that kind of person. I'll take my fucking time if I have to with my fan trailers. It's like, I am in no rush. It's like, I'd rather upload something that I'm happy with than something that I rushed. So I'm going to try out this robe on this Bobby. The other thing I'm working on right now, because it's sort of similar, not really, but similar. So last month I went to Walmart and I bought the Scary Movie trilogy, because I haven't watched those in years, and I've been seeing them, you know, mentioned on the timeline every few weeks. So I'm like, let me rewatch the Scary Movies. You know, I don't own them. Let me finally watch them again. And I watched them completely out of order. I watched 3 because that's the one I wanted to watch the most. I watched 3, and then I watched 4 because I remember really loving 4, and then I watched 2, 1, and then 5. But as I was rewatching them, I got the urge to work on Scary Movie 6, the fan trailer for that. I was like, no one's really done it, and the one that has been done is like too visual effects heavy. So I want to do one for me, you know. What would I do for a spoof movie? And it was sort of inspired by rewatching Scary Movie and also watching my How Much Longer Does the Program Need? Where it's like, oh, there's some jokes I can't do in that, but I can do it in a Scary Movie type of trailer. So let me try to do that. So that's the idea. Oh, that's so cool. It fits perfectly on her. Here we go. She fits the robe perfectly. Perfectly! It's fun. I love it. So there's that. There's her robe. Does she fit the slippers? It's a different doll series. Maybe she won't fit the slippers. And no dice, Chicago. She does not fit the slippers. Damn. Well, it's okay. It's alright. It's okay. The Lord told me so. That's a reference. Can remember that reference. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Let's see. Captain Iron Dog says he had that Liv Morgan. I was at Pokemon pop-up shop with my friend. He was buying things. Meanwhile, I was like, damn, toys are expensive. Dude, Christian Kim. Oh my god. I want to get Anakin Skywalker from Phantom Menace, but I can't bring myself to pay $26 for a figure that's okay. So say this is a regular size figure. We'll just say this is a regular size figure. Anakin is like half the size of this figure and comes with no accessories, and he's $26. Speaking of which, Liv Morgan, I think, was $25. They're getting up higher. The dolls are getting up higher. But it's like I can't bring myself to do that, even though I really love Phantom Menace, and of all the figures, I have mostly prequel Star Wars figures, and it's like, it's not like, do I wait for a clearance? Do I just wait to buy it secondhand? Because $26 seems too high for an Anakin that only comes with his black book bag. Like if he was 25 or I think 26, he should come with his helmet from the spaceship, or his pod racer helmet. He should come with like his little tools, or maybe like that little droid where it's hit the nose. He should come with something other than his book bag. He should come with something other than nothing. Same thing with the Natalie Portman. She comes with her outfit from the end of Phantom Menace, her red outfit when she's doing her Batman thing on the side of the building. Handmaiden outfit, that's what it is. It's like $25 for her with her silver gun. Come on, what are you doing? I don't understand the prices. Because like, you're charging $25 for that, but meanwhile you look at a fucking G.I. Joe, same price, but a G.I. Joe comes with a book bag, 6 knives, an alternate head. It's like, that's worth the price point. But when you look at that, it's like crazy. And I understand like the price point for these. Oh god, it froze. Oh god. Anyway, I understand the price point for a Liv Morgan, because this is a real person. It's a character, and usually they come with some fucking awesome accessory, like a suitcase, a ladder, a chair, a camera. They come with cool accessory, cloth. That price point makes sense for wrestlers. The price point makes sense for G.I. Joes. But for Star Wars, the price point doesn't make sense, where you're almost just paying for the name brand. It's like the $25 you're paying for Star Wars, the name. You're not paying for anything else, and that kind of sucks. It's terrible. Even with like Marvel Legends, it's like hit or miss. There's sometimes where it's like, yeah, that's worth the price point, and there's sometimes it's like, that's not worth the price point. What the hell are you doing? But yeah. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, I do want to mention this. So my auntie was like, oh my gosh, your cousins love the Ninja Turtles, but we're looking for Splinter. But she wasn't specific. She was like, they need a Splinter. We haven't found a Splinter. So I was in my Walmart, and I found 2 Splinters. This was the original toy line Splinters. And I thought like her grandkids would have had this, because my cousins grew up with these like original Turtle toys. So I was like, maybe it's the Splinter, or is it the Mutant Mayhem Splinter? But she was talking about the Mutant Mayhem Splinter, so I decided to keep this Splinter, because I do have the Ninja Turtles down here, and I don't believe they ever released a movie version of Splinter. So this will be perfect for my collection. Splinter. I do like these re-releases of these Ninja Turtle toys. I hope they do release that prison cat. I forgot what that prison cat's name is. I hope they re-release that. I hope they re-release the Ninja Turtles 3 movie toys, because I found out those exist. I was like, what? Get the hell out. So we have a little Splinter here. Splinter. And of course his generic accessories. So there's that Splinter. So that Splinter will go down there with my retro toys. I have a retro shelf that has Alien, Last Action Hero, Ninja Turtles, Mario Brothers, and Demolition Man. The figures down there. I love that shelf. So cool. Okay. I think there's other comments too. Let's see. I'm so happy I got to meet her at the Royal Rumble last year. Oh, dude, yes. That was so great. I do remember that. I just seen that Undertaker Walmart earlier. Even the Ultimate Bret Hart. Oh, I already have the Ultimate Bret Hart. The Ultimate Bret Hart's pretty sweet. Well, I gotta go, Frank. Watching Fall Guy now. Have a great rest of the stream. I'll watch it on VOD later. Yes! Thank you for tuning in. Inflation is real. Totally. Totally. The amount of money I spent on just to get the Bionicles back. Dude, I'm surprised they haven't done like a collector's set that just has all the Bionicles. I'm really shocked they haven't done that. And wasn't it like Bionicle, like the toy that brought back Lego? Like, wasn't like Lego like fucking floundering and then they introduced the Bionicles and it saved the entire Lego line? Or is that just like rumor? I don't know. It's something I saw on Twitter once and I don't know if it was true or not. Okay. I believe I only have 2 more things to unopen. Yes, only 2 more things to unopen. It is the Todd McFarlane double pack right here, and then the Cassandra Cain Batgirl right here. This is really cool. So Cassandra Cain, when I saw her announced, I was like, holy shit, that's so cool, because I didn't read the comics with her in it, but what I did read as a kid, and I rented it from the library so many times, I signed it out, was this Batman, The Ultimate Guide to the Dark Knight. I took this out from the library so many times, and I just learned about the history of so many Batman villains and storylines. So it's like I never read the comics, but I read this, and I was up to date with like all those characters. So whenever I see them, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. So that goes along with this Cassandra Cain, where I believe she found like an extra bat suit somewhere, and she like didn't want her identity shown, so she like stitched it up on her face. Have no idea if that's true. I'm going by half-assed memory from 20 years ago. I bought that book for a toy review that I promised Anthony that I'll do at some point. And it looks like I'll be doing it soon because I think they're going to do a Huntress figure for McFarlane. So it's like, oh shit, I got to do a Huntress review at some point. But let's open Cassandra Cain. Oh, she comes with a generic gun. That sucks. So I believe this has been released with other Batmans. It's just like a repaint. But it's like a little gun. And then a little batarang. That's pretty cool. Batarang. But, oh my gosh, and she's got a cloth cape. Oh, is that why you're in the cloth cape? McFarlane, you fucking madman. Oh my god. I'm just imagining his lisp with this. With this gold label, Cassandra Cain, you're gonna get a cloth cape with metal in it. That's so cool. You know, with the money, we were talking about inflation and the price of toys. I don't have a problem paying $20 or $25, whatever it is, for McFarlane's. Because honestly, I feel like the McFarlanes, you get your money's worth. Because with the McFarlanes, they're either so, like, beefy. When I say beefy, like this. Like, it's a huge fucking Superman. And you're getting this for, like, $20, $25. Like, yeah, that's worth it. Yeah. That makes sense. And then, like, with this, where you're getting, like, a Batgirl with highly detailed, like, you know, face with the stretch, what do you call it, the stitches, and the, you know, the bat belt, and then you get the cloth cape with the frickin', look at that, that's so fucking rad. The built-in fucking metal to pose the cape. This is worth the price point. Like, this is great. I have no issue with McFarlane. McFarlane's doing his God work. The only note I'd give McFarlane is his scale sucks. Because all the dolls are the same size, or I should say figures. All the figures are the same size. They're all the same height. None of them are like in scale. Like Supergirl's not shorter than Superman. She's just as tall as Superman. That's like my only note. But everything else, I love McFarlane. Holy hell. I love... and the other thing, a little minor note. It doesn't bother me. But I wish he would go pinless. Because I do like that smoothness of the pinless. But it's not a deal breaker. It's still worth the price point of what his figures are. That's so rad. And of course, since she's from the 90s, she's going on my 90s shelf. My 90s nostalgia shelf. So that's cool. That's cool! Okay, so we're going to round it up with the last toy I got to unbox. Make sure it's the last one. Everything's covered. Yes? Oh, wait, nope, there's one more. Fuck! Alright, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Alright, let's get to the Todd So when they announced this Todd McFarlane, I was like, well, I definitely have to get that. Because I always talk about him on the show. I always do my impersonation where he's like, we got the Batmobile here, we got the card, and come with the figure, and this is so cool. We got the movie maniacs, and the movie maniacs, we got, you know, the guy from The Hangover, and we got, you know, we got Chevy Chase from Christmas Vacation. We got, you know, Dazed and Confused. Where he's just so fun. He's just like a crazy madman with his toy line. So when they announced him for his own toy, I was like, well, hot damn, I gotta get him. And I'll just unbox the McFarlane because the Spawn's fine. But I didn't buy it for the Spawn. I bought it for McFarlane. Oh my gosh. I just want him on my shelf. These toys are so cool. They all come with a collector card, and then you get the set, and you put this thing in the set. Oh my god, that's so cool. So he comes with 4 alternate hands, and for some reason, bare feet, which I will not be using. I think it's because he used to do like martial arts or something. But that's why he had like the bare feet in here. But this is great. Look at that Todd McFarlane figure. He's so cool. He comes with the Spawn hat. He's got the, you know, the lanyard and the Spawn shirt. And he's got the jeans that he always wears. Oh my god. I love Todd McFarlane toys. They're the greatest. And this is cool. It's sort of stylized. It's like not accurate, like, you know, like realistic pants. Like if you look at them. It's sort of like a stylized jean. No jean, no money. Oh my god, if you guys get that reference. It just popped in my head. No jean, no money. There we go. That's so cool. And let's get a close up of his likeness. A little too close. There we go. Todd McFarlane here. We got cool, we got the Batcopter, we got the Batman 66, we got Two-Face. I love it. I fucking love it. It's so great. Oh man, he's in my collection. I'll probably have him pose like Han Solo from Star Wars. I'll probably do something like that. Like, hey, it's me. Isn't that funny in we call it Return of the Jedi? When like Han Solo's running from the thing, he's like, move! Move, move, and they're running from the thing, and they only run probably like 20 feet. So he runs 20 feet, and then he turns around, and the fucking space station blows up, and clearly it's like a huge explosion that goes like, you know, like fucking Oppenheimer huge. And he's completely fine, and he only ran like 20 feet. Meanwhile, the whole fucking place would have been destroyed. Because literally, it is like Oppenheimer. The fucking thing goes like... huge satellite blowing up. Let's see. Okay. We have Christian Kim saying, I believe both Bionicle and Star Wars brought up sales of Lego. That's right, because Star Wars sort of started doing that towards the late 90s, because I do have some in my collection as well from back in the day. So the last thing I want to open here, because it's the last thing here, I almost forgot about him. Poor Doink the Clown. Oh, if you ever watched that one episode of Raw where it's like Dork the Clown and Vince McMahon is totally like disassociating. He's like, yes, Dork the Clown. We have Dork the Clown here in the audience. And Macho Man, he's doing commentary with them. And he corrects Vince McMahon. Yeah, that's Doink the Clown, not Dork the Clown. I was like, holy shit, that's hilarious. But when I saw this at Walmart, I was like, oh my god, I have to get this. Because it just reminded me of that Mattel Creations they did like a few years ago. Where it was like Doink the Clown retro figure. And you could only get it through Mattel Creations. But you had to get like the whole like... WWE intro and the ring set. So it reminded me of that, and I was like, oh man, I want my own Doink the Clown. So when I saw this, I was like, oh shit, this is cool. So here's a close-up of Doink the Clown. That's fucking awesome. Look at that. That's so cool. Oh man. That's Ace Kinds. And once we go in here. How far are we in? Oh, we're not that bad. That's like an hour and a half, basically. Not that bad as I thought. Okay, we have some extra pair of hands for him. For Doink the Clown. That's so cool. That's so rad. Yeah, just extra hands. Nothing special. We'll look at the Spawn again. Hang on. Yeah, this is like the original Spawn. There he is. I might use his flames for something else. Do you remember the toy line from like the 90s? It was like Double Dragon or Dragon Trouble or some shit. It was so cool, and they had like a lot of like translucent green shit. There it is. That looks cool. It's like a fire gun. I just scratched up my hand. So if you get these, be careful opening because these are really pointy. They just scratched up my hand. My hand! My precious antique hands! Oh my gosh. Todd McFarlane comes with a peace sign. That's beautiful. He always does the peace sign. Oh shit, son. That's so cool. Oh my god, and he comes with a pen where he's drawing. Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. Oh my god, he comes with a little microphone, a little sketch pad, a little drawing hand. Oh my god. Okay, so I'll show you the sketch pad. So this is his little sketch pad he comes with. It's so cool. He's drawing out the original Spawn character, the Spawn character he created. And then there's the peace sign. Don't drop it. I don't want to be like my little nephews. Oh my god, funny story about my nephews. Holy hell. So my nephews got gifted a little G.I. Joe figure. And instantly they lost the hat, and it cracked me up. So I don't want to be like my little nephews losing the hat. So here's Todd McFarlane's peace sign. And Todd McFarlane's drawing hand. There we go. Oh my god, yikes. The pen comes out of his hand. Why do they do that? Just make it a part of the hand. There's the Todd McFarlane drawing hand. Yes. Yes. Think that's everything. I'm not going to unbox the Spawn. I'll do that off camera. That's not too important. It's just Spawn. I wanted a Todd McFarlane, so that's why. I'm excited about the other McFarlane toys this year. I'm excited about the Dazed and Confused figure. Holy hell. Dazed Confused is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. I watch that movie at least 2-3 times a year. I love Dazed Confused. So I'll definitely be getting Woodardson. And what's the other thing they announced? I think it's something else. I might get the Lebowski. Still on the fence about that because I already have like a Walter, and Walter's fine. But yeah, I definitely I need the Woodardson. That's so cool. Because I love that movie. I love Dazed and Confused. It's so cool. I'm going to put the peace sign on McFarlane. McFarlane. Yeah, there he is. There he is. That's so cool. Peace sign. Peace out, Tupac. Look at that. So kawaii. Is that the right term? I think kawaii. Kawaii. Let's see. No other comments here. We got 5 viewers here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about before I leave. I do want to mention, yes, the next project I'm working on is Scary Movie 6. It's a fan trailer. I'm a little bit worried. Because I noticed while watching behind the scenes of Scary Movie on YouTube that they mute out I'm Your Boogeyman by Casey and the Sunshine Band. I'm like, oh fuck, it might be blocked. The song might be blocked. But then again, the YouTube channel might just want to make money off the video, so they might just mute it. Who knows? But yeah, I'm making a scary movie. I'm including Megan, Us, Oppenheimer, The Flash with Batman specifically. There's like a little surprise I want to do at the end. And then, what else am I doing? I want to squeeze in Nope. I'm trying to squeeze in Pennywise to make fun of him. I missed you. He's so fucking lame. And then, what else did I want to do? There's like another thing. There's so many movies. Like Evil Dead, I'm trying to squeeze in there. A little bit of Medea, just to make fun of that as well. Talk to Me is definitely going to be in there. And I'm making fun of Immaculate because there's a character from the Three Stooges movie where the nun is dressed in a bikini. And I'm like, oh, that's funny because, like, you know, Sydney Sweeney's big busted, so I thought it'd be funny to have a nun who's big busted. I'm like, yeah, that's hilarious. We'll do that. So there's that. That's the reason why I watched the Three Stooges, because I was looking for clips. I've been watching a lot of comedies lately because I've been trying to figure out what kind of clips I've been wanting to use. Like, I wanted to put King Kong in there at one point, but I don't know if King Kong's going to be in there. But either way, I'm going to throw in a lot of shit. I'm making fun of Barbie in there as well. I know I'm kind of giving away everything, but when you watch it, it'll be funny. It'll be funny. But I just want to talk about the things that I'm trying to spoof in this scary movie trailer I'm doing. But the slasher trailer right now is on hold. And, like, right now, like, there's no third act. There's no third act. I don't know how to wrap it up. I really don't. I don't know how to wrap up my slasher trailer. Ugh. But yeah, everything else is fun. So after I wrap, like, what's left on the slasher trailer is definitely the sound design. Like, I need to add horns honking. I need to add engine sounds. I need to add, like, knife sounds, car sounds, ambience, people running. That kind of stuff is missing from my slasher trailer. Third act, completely missing. Don't know what to do. But that's on ice. At some point, I'll get back to it. I'm not deleting the whole thing. I'm also working on my 100 favorite films music video. It's just going to be like a quick montage, like a countdown. Simple shit. That's a lot of fun. The other what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so the scary movie, that too. A lot of fun. I'm having fun with it anyway. So, and I'm trying to find like cool little cute mashups. We have a comment here from Becky. I like your hat. Thank you, Becky. Thank you. Oh, yes. And then next weekend, I'll be coming back with a new live show with Sarah Miller. We'll be talking about movies that deserve sequels. That didn't get sequels or deserve sequels. And I tried to explain this to my mom with my picks, and she's like, no, I don't like your picks. Those already have sequels. I don't like your picks. So I got to decide what I'm picking, but what Sarah picked was The Spy Who Dumped Me, starring Mila Kunis and Kate. Oh, God. Kate from SNL. Not Kate Middleton. What the hell's her name? SNL Kate. Kate McKinnon. That's her name. Yes, Kate McKinnon from SNL. That's Sarah's pick, so I gotta go through my DVD collection and pick one that didn't have a sequel. Because for the love of God, guys, I really was trying to pitch it to my mom. I'm like, I want to talk about my Dark Universe with the Mummy, and like, how about this? And she's like, no, those already have sequels. No, I don't get it. Too many notes. So I was like, fuck. So I got to figure out. I got to pick a movie that doesn't have a sequel and talk about a sequel. Yes, Kate McKinnon. I'm trying to think. I think that's about it. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? Anything else? Because it's been so long since the last episode, and I don't want to miss out on anything. And I don't want to miss a thing. Because even when I dream of you... Oh, yeah, so definitely I'm trying to warm up to do how much longer does the program need. That's why I'm doing, like, sort of, like, YouTube poop kind of shit. That's why I want to do Scary Movie, where it's like I want to make something that's funny to transition to working on how much longer does the program need. I just got a lot of different references, reference movies that I needed for how much longer does the program need. I got Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, and I got the audio stem from Oppenheimer, and those are like two big things that I needed for this project. So I finally got those. But yeah, it's going to be a fun project, and I think that's about it. We've got another comment here. Oh, there's a lot of movies in May I'm going to watch. Let me go to the list, because there's a list here that I have on my phone. So I want to talk about that real quick. Oh my god, I should show you guys this. This is hilarious. This popped up online today, and I thought it was the cutest fucking thing ever. I wish this was a real poster. Kingdom of the Planet of the Oddies. So good. So good. Oh my god! Speaking of 90s rewatches, I just rewatched Baby's Day Out last night. And I was just doing research. I'm like, is there a Baby's Day Out book? And I found out that they actually did the Boo Boo. They fucking made the Boo Boo. And I was like looking at how much it is. And it's like $100 or $200 secondhand. I'm like, no. I'm not paying that much for the Boo Boo. Okay. So this month we have Apes. We have The Strangers. Amy Winehouse movie, Garfield, and Furiosa. Oh my god. I am so excited about Furiosa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. Furiosa is going to fucking rock. And it always makes me laugh too, that Furiosa trailer, because it gets me so excited. Where she's like, and I want them back. And I want them back. And she like puts the car in gear and like spins it like 180. I'm like, yes, that's so fucking cool. And then I love how Chris Hemsworth is like, ready, steady. And then he like throws his whole body towards the camera. I was like, yes. I'm there. Give me more Mad Max movies. He's the best. And then the other thing I'm excited about. Dude, I was bawling in the theater, crying. So like when I went to see The Fall Guy, before the movie they played the Twister trailer 2 by surprise. Had no idea it was coming. The trailer started and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, this is a new trailer. And I started crying, bawling my eyes out during the Twister trailer 2. And it's just because I've waited almost my entire life for a sequel for Twister. Because when I was a kid, I fucking loved Twister. I remember going to Universal Studios and like popping at the Universal ride. I was popping at like the cow, the tractor. I remember being so excited about that movie as a kid because I remember the trailer where the fucking, the thing came towards the screen. Turns out that was the test footage to sell the movie, where the trailer hits the screen. I've been waiting for this movie since I was a kid, and to see it coming, even though it's like a reboot, I don't even think it's a sequel. I think it's like a reimagining of it. But it's like, I'm so excited. This is my Jurassic World 2024. I hope they make toys. I hope there's a remote controlled truck with a little Dorothy in the back. That's the least I want. And I definitely will be getting the Steelbook 4K of Twister because I love Twister too much. And Twister is one of those movies it's like I need to have on every format. Like there's Jaws, there's Jurassic Park, there's Die Hard, there's Halloween, and then there's Twister that I want on every goddamn format because I love Twister. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I missed some of the stream. Did you say you're excited for Joker 2? I'm sorry. I didn't talk about Joker 2. I was talking about upcoming movies. But yeah, Joker 2 I'm excited about. They didn't really show much in the trailer, and that's one movie where it's like the less I see, the less I'm excited. It's like, you already sold me. It's Lady Gaga. It's Joaquin Phoenix. It's Joker. I'm already there. I don't need to watch the trailer. It's like, I'm there. I'm excited. Same thing with Mad Max. It's like, after seeing the teaser trailer, it's like, you got me. It's Anya Taylor-Joy. It's so funny, too, because like my mom does not like Mad Max. I don't think she's ever seen any of the Mad Max movies. But the minute she saw Anya Taylor-Joy in that movie, she's like, I'm there. She's like, I don't even know the Mad Max movies. I've never seen any of them, but like if Anya Taylor-Joy is in the movie, she's there. Because she noticed that, my mom noticed, that Anya Taylor-Joy is in like, all the movies she sees. And I think my mom's been a fan since the beginning. Like, I remember my mom went to see The Witch. I think I went to see WWE Live, and my mom went to see The Witch. So she's been there since like day one, Anya Taylor-Joy. And she's like, Anya Taylor-Joy makes the movies I like. I'm going to see Mad Max. Because, like, for real, I think we've seen almost every Anya Taylor-Joy movie on the big screen, other than was it the New Mutants? We didn't see that because we're not X-Men people, but we saw like everything else. It's like, yes, we love Anya Taylor-Joy. Oh my god. Let's see. Yes, I need more Mad Max in my life, dude. I need to rewatch the trilogy because I watched the original one. I rewatched the original one. I fucking love the original one. I love Mad Max 1. I think it's like my favorite one. It's my favorite one. Let's see. Every time I see the random advertisement for Furiosa, it makes my day. Race, steady, go! So good. So good. Oh! Spoiler alert, Becky, it's not really a musical. And it was spoiled by the cinematographer because, you know, Todd, the director of Joker, has been like, oh, it's a musical, it's a musical. And when they asked the cinematographer, he's like, it's not a musical. Like, there's music in the movie, but it's not a musical. And it was so funny how the interview was said because you could literally read it in his tone. He's like, it's not a musical. Like, there's music in it, but it's not a musical. He's like, I don't know why you keep saying that. It's not a musical. That's the funny thing. That's the one spoiler about the Joker. And after I heard that, I'm like, well, I'm still there. I'm still going. I'd be a little relieved if it's not a musical. Like, literally, I don't think it is. I think it's just them dancing to music. And there's probably covers, but I don't think it's actually them singing. It's probably just them, like, in, like, weird things. But I don't want to think too much about it. I want to be surprised. The other movie I'm super califragilisticexpialidocious excited about is The Strangers. Because it's a fucking trilogy, and I'm so down for it. Like, they filmed all 3 movies back to back. They're all coming out this year. It's almost like, there's like 2 movies coming out this year that are like that. It's Horizon, the fucking Kevin Costner movie that I want to see. I don't give a shit that it's 3 hours. It's Kevin Costner. It's a Western. It's got Michael Rooker. I'm there. Look at this, guys. Michael Rooker. Oh my God. But yes, I want to see Horizon so bad. I want to see The Strangers so bad. The Strangers is my shit. It's a slasher movie. It's The Strangers, and it just cracks me up how people were like, I don't know. It looks like, you know, it's like repeating the same stuff. I'm like, it's The Strangers doing stranger shit. It's nothing new. But I'm excited about The Strangers. Holy fuck. And the thing that I'm also, like, the reason why I'm excited about the trilogy aspect is that I had an idea like that years ago for that little movie called Vacancy. Maybe I'll give that to Sarah to watch. Maybe I'll make her watch Vacancy. But I had a whole idea where I wanted, like, you know how Halloween 2 picks up right after the first movie? I wanted, like, a whole trilogy of Vacancy where you just see them trying to escape, like, from the same fucking night. I wanted that, but it never happened. And I think when they rebooted it, it was like a prequel, which is stupid. But yeah, I wanted, like, something like that forever, like a sequel trilogy, and they're doing that with The Strangers, so I want to see what they do with that. Garfield, definitely excited about. Apes, I'm excited about. For the first time ever, I'm excited about a CGI ape movie. And I think it's just because, from what I've seen from the trailers, I'm not going to spoil it, because the stupid YouTube ad spoiled it for me, but it was enough to get me even more excited. It wasn't like, oh, they spoiled that for me. It was like, oh, it just, like, because I was already like, it was like that meme. It was like that Leo DiCaprio meme. It's like, you had my attention, now you got my curiosity. So when they did that in the trailer, I was like, oh shit. I'm even more excited about the Apes movie. And I'm already quoting the movie. It's like, we will learn. I will learn. It's so good. It's not a musical. Okay, no, I'm serious, Becky. There was an interview with a cinematographer, and he said it's not a musical. Oh wait, I'm reading an old comment. Never mind, Becky. I thought that was a new comment. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Never mind, take that back. Oh my gosh. Okay, so friend of the show just texted and said, yes, do your Vacancy with Sarah. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I will. I'll make Sarah watch fucking Vacancy. LOL, that's funny. Yes, sorry, Becky. Sorry, I thought it was a new comment. I'm like, I thought you were arguing with me because I know you do that on your live stream. You're like, well, isn't it a sequel? It's like, no, I just said it wasn't. Okay, with that being said, I think that's everything. We talked about everything. I'm excited to finally have my Garfield open. Now I can carry him with everywhere I go. Like, seriously, I will probably carry this thing. He'll get dirty. His eyes will probably wipe off. I love Garfield, and I'm so excited to have a Garfield. And Todd McFarlane. I'm excited to have my Todd McFarlane. And my Twink the Clown. And my Twink the Clown. And my Elmo. My Ectofun. Oh my gosh. But yes. That's so funny. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I think this has been a nice catch-up episode. We talked about everything. Steel City Con. We talked about everything. Meeting the celebs. Talked about upcoming movies. And I think that's good. Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Captain Iron Dog, for watching. When you come back. Yes. Have a wonderful evening. And please subscribe to Full Metal and watch her live streams. They're on almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Check out her channel. A lot of live streams. Quality content. It's good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah. So thank you, everybody. And ending.